City Council meeting to order on Monday, April 13th, 2026 at 6 p.m. Please stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, good evening, everybody. We have a pretty stacked agenda tonight, so we're going to try to run a tight ship and see what we can do here. So, first off, public forum. Action may or may not be taken on any issues raised if council requires more information or time for consideration. Number two, thanks, Jamie. Approval of the additions to the agenda. We have under the consent calendar, a resolution agreeing to the terms and conditions for an IIJA discretionary grant assistance, 17 additional bills for approval. Under mayor and council members report, we have a memo dated from myself to change the May council meeting date due to some absences up here. And that's it. Is there a motion to approve the additions?
I'll make a motion to approve.
There's a motion by Jamie. There's a second by Sandy. Any discussion? Those in favor of the additions to the agenda signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, same sign. Ayes have it. All right, public forum. Action may or may not be taken on any issues raised. If council requires more information or time for consideration, the issues will be placed on the agenda of the next regular council meeting. Speaker must state their name and address. At the discretion of the mayor, each speaker is given a 3-minute time limit. Is there anybody for public forum? And is there anybody wanting to speak on any issues that are in the packet? Do so now. All right. The consent calendar, all items here listed are considered to be routine by the City Council and will be acted on by one motion. There will be no separate discussion on these items unless a citizen or council member so requests. Any questions by any council members? Seeing none, is there a motion to approve the consent calendar?
So moved.
There's a motion by Bob. Is there a second?
I'll second.
There's a second by Robin. Any further discussion? Seeing no further discussion, those in favor of approving the consent calendar signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Ayes have it. Community organizations. Mr. Nelson, come on up. Give us an update on where you're at with your petition.
Yes, thank you. My name is Austin Nelson. I am the proud fourth generation owner of Curious Belongings here in Cross Lake. Our address is 36378 County Road 66 if you need that. I'm here tonight to present the petition that I have sent over. Did the council get that? Okay. And so what we're looking for is to extend the sidewalk that is on County Road 66 on the east side to connect these businesses and properties in improving safety along this side of the road. This stretch of roadway is one of the most active corridors in Cross Lake. It connects businesses, residents, and visitors, especially during peak summer months. Right now, pedestrians are forced to walk along the shoulder of this busy roadway and cross without a designated crosswalk. It is well known that many locals and visitors alike park their boats at Marine Max, formerly CNC Boat Works, and walk directly in the roadway to access nearby businesses like the Dairy Queen, myself, and others. I even sold a refrigerator one time and had to carry it down to load it into a boat. So yes, people do access businesses and use that as an access to our community. So this is not just an inconvenient matter, it is a clear and ongoing safety issue. We respectfully ask the council to prioritize the sidewalk project as it initially intended to be bridge to bridge in the initial discussions with Minnesota Design Committee. So therefore, we ask to complete the sidewalk on the east side from Bald Eagle Trail, where it currently ends at the Yellow House, to Marine Max Edgewater Lane area. Number two, to install a crosswalk with a flasher system at the Edgewater Lane, and ideally coordinate this with the county's 2028 resurfacing project, Although, given the more information that has come out, especially with grant opportunities, we are more than willing and flexible with the timeline, but we just want to make sure that this is a prioritized project for the city. After reviewing public works options, we strongly support options 2 and 3 as best long-term solutions. Option 2 does more than just add a sidewalk. It improves the entire corridor. To summarize the petition, we argue that safety is a priority, so therefore it narrows the roadway, which naturally does slow traffic in this 35-mile-an-hour zone, which reduces the speed, whereas cars actively drive much faster than that in our area due to the wider configuration with the shoulder. It additionally reduces the crossing distance, making it safer for pedestrians. It eliminates visibility issues that are caused by the east side parking on the roadway, which something already the county has begun to address by removing the shoulder parking, starting with my business already all the way up to the bridge. That is, so there is no parking on the east side any longer. It creates consistency with the existing streetscape. One thing what was highlighted during the Minnesota Design Committee was that we wish to beautify Cross Lake. And I think what was done with the project, that the sidewalk and the roundabout, works towards that goal. So this is just a continuation of continuing to prioritize the streetscape and the beauty of our town. So extending the curb out and creating the sidewalk option is the best, as it continues this visual continuity and character of our town's main thoroughfare, not just a patchwork of half-baked ideas and projects. Additionally, and I think this is also very important, when I talk to the business owners and property owners, is that it voids complications with this project by removing that curb. Many of these businesses, such as Seaberg Motorsports, the Railroad Museum, and myself, have quite constrained and limited space along the roadway, and that would just be exacerbated if we kept that current curb where it is and put a sidewalk behind it, as we are already quite narrow. I mean, everyone's aware my parking lot is very narrow. So is Seaberg Motorsports. Their signage is right there at their curb. And it was emphasized during the meeting at the railroad people that they would really like to see that curb moved out. So with that, it alleviates those complications by moving that curb. And option 3, why we include it, is because the flashing crosswalk at Edgewater Lane will provide a safe, visible, and intentional crossing point in this high traffic area, especially with the Dairy Queen, whose employees and customers often come by foot. So together with these options, create a cohesive, safe, and complete solution, not just a partial fix. As mentioned, the project was not an afterthought, but is a part of the original plan envisioned to connect Cross Lake from the Dam Bridge, DAM, to the Daggett Channel Bridge. Just to clarify for online watchers. As Jackson knows, everyone likes to make sure everyone has a name for the bridge.
Everyone has a name.
As we've already invested heavily into improving our main corridor, this is about finishing what we have started. And it's ensuring that the North End businesses and properties are safely and fairly connected to the rest of our infrastructure. So this project is something that Cross Lake can do. It just requires some creativity, prioritization, commitment, and leadership. So there's ample opportunities through grants, partnerships, and reasonable shared investment. And as this is a county road, I have also, I believe, shared my correspondence with Tim Bray, who is very thorough of information as far as how grant opportunities, and likewise with Ms. Lori Conway, who has been diligently working with Tim already on this project. So we have great leadership already taken form, and Tim has made it an effort to work with us to get this project where it needs to go. As there is a little discussion as grant opportunities for 2027, most likely wouldn't be released till 2021. So it is a time issue that we are facing. So again, or 2031, yeah.
Very good.
And so if we don't get the grant opportunities, I think us as business and property owners still would like to see some kind of prioritization through the council, through either allotments of money, you know, a $500,000 project over 5 years, if we're just hoping to get that, you know.
Yeah.
I think it will take creativity in order for us to make this a reality with the grant or without. So we are just wanting to continue this momentum, this growth, and this making sure that these existing sidewalks and trails, which are clearly heavily used even in the winter months, and that they become an essential part of how residents and visitors commute around Cross Lake. And we just want to be included in this project and in this connectivity. So connecting this stretch of town through the rest of the system will make sure that all key areas and center of Cross Lake are equally accessible, safe, and included. So we ask the council to prioritize this project and work towards options 2 and 3.
Perfect. It looks like you did the legwork. Good job. You've got your signatures here.
Yep.
Awesome.
And if there's questions
I was just going to say, does council have any questions for Mr. Nelson?
Well, first of all, I'm going to compliment you on,
Thank
the
you.
extensive work you did regarding this and the fantastic presentation. First of all, I think without a doubt, a crosswalk,
Yeah.
without delay needs to be installed there.
I agree, yeah.
For safety purposes, and, that can come up at a future date. And Lori, I'm curious about what your impressions are about our likelihood of getting that grant, and the timing, et cetera.
Right. Well, because this is an extension of a grant that provided us our first road improvement and sidewalk, the likelihood is a little bit better, but of course, we will apply and we'll see what happens.
Right.
But
I mean, I think it'll be easier to make a decision once we,
Yeah, and what I understand is earmarking it is very important, like Lori mentioned, earmarking it that this is a phase 2 of the same project to the state can show that we're not changing the project, we're actually just doing the same thing further. And it was historically, it's already been documented that this was the initial intent to complete the section.
right. Well,
Is that fair, Lori? Okay.
Any other council members have anything to say?
I don't, no, thank you, Austin. Appreciate
thanks.
Go
it.
ahead, Bob.
Austin, I commend you for all the work you put into this. It's
Thank you.
really amazing. It's
Thank
very
you.
thorough. And personally, I would support whatever is the best for our businesses along that
Absolutely.
corridor.
Thank you.
As well as whatever the safest thing is for our community
Yeah.
along that corridor.
Thank you. Yeah, we appreciate that.
Robin?
Yeah, thank you, Austin. Great work. And thank you for the folks that did sign the petition. That shows the support that you have behind this.
Yeah.
Question on the grant. If we
Yep.
apply for it in '27, you mentioned that it wouldn't be awarded till 3031, or it's good until 3031?
Awarded. That's what I understand from Tim's correspondence.
And did we check into the TED grant and the Teddy? Did we check into the TED or the Teddy grant on this one at all? Okay.
I think this, Austin was just doing due diligence for us and bringing all the
Yep.
opportunities or options forward.
Yep.
I don't have a problem, I guess, filling out a grant to see if we get something, but I mean, that's more down the line. I think this is definitely, there's opportunity here for this to become a reality. Going forward, I know with our road plan and other infrastructure needs, the city's really gonna have to buckle down here and decide where we wanna allot some money, especially down at the community center. And going forward with possibly looking at doing a study on our sewer plant, so there's gonna be a lot of money that's gonna be spent here. So not that this isn't a
Yeah,
priority.
no, absolutely.
But let's venture down the track of trying to get grant money for it first, so we can allot some cash on hand for some other
Absolutely.
stuff that already came before.
Absolutely. And which, Jackson, at the meeting at the Cross Lakers,
Yeah.
we talked about what is under that ground too, so.
Totally. Totally.
There is.
Oh, I did get an answer on that. That's, stormwater sewer it was installed in 1978. So if we expand the curb and start tearing stuff
Yeah.
apart there,
Yeah,
it might be a project between us in the county that we would have to
Yeah.
orchestrate to redo that stormwater sewer. So that's just that much more work on top of
Yep.
trying to get this to become a reality.
In a way, wouldn't that actually be a positive, because at some point, it's gonna have to
Yeah,
be
so that-
replaced anyway.
right,
We could-
Correct.
Right.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah,
'cause it
it's
needs to
about
be addressed.
thoughtful infrastructure planning, and this, and that's what I think, what consistently I heard from the community is just, we want to make sure that we're not, one, being left out, like we felt, frankly, we felt left out in the initial phase.
Yep.
And so we want to make sure that we're being thoughtful with our continuation of this project. So, thank
Perfect.
you so much.
Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, you're good. You were part of the
All
discussion,
right.
so.
Yes, the only thing I would bring up is you tabled this issue 2 months ago and put it as it would be settled today. I think you need to either table or hold, do something to kind of
So I think
put
I
it
was
on
gonna
hold.
send it,
I mean, I think where we're at with this is that we're out to probably finding out about a grant in 2027, and that's the best
this is
starting
a
point.
down the road project, so I was
Right.
gonna send this back to Public Works.
Right, unless you want to go ahead with the first section being the crosswalk itself, and that could be done at any time.
I think we're gonna send it back to Public Works
Yeah.
one more time, just with this new information, just so they have this petition on file with everything else. And then in May, we'll get the deal from Public Works, if you guys wanna continue on chasing the grant, and if you wanna do the crosswalk, and then bring it back to us.
So
Go
I think
ahead.
I think you need a motion to move
Yep.
forward then. So,
Yep.
Thanks.
Go ahead, Bob.
Pat, do we have any of those flashing crosswalk lights left?
No,
We don't.
you reused all of them, yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I see a few members of the committee in the audience. I believe that the committee did move forward with a recommendation to council to go ahead and move and approve the $50,000 investment for the flashing crosswalk.
Tom, do you wanna come up?
Tom Swenson with the Public Works Commission. Yeah, I think we've made a motion, and we, according to the engineer, the estimate was 50,000 to do the flashing crosswalk. And we sort of talked about, it's up to the council, but at budget time, that could be budgeted and then go in next year, possibly
So
when the
there's-
county's doing the mill and overlay.
I don't think we're gonna be able to get a handle on it this year. That's why I was just gonna send it back one more time and you guys could hash it out once more if you wanted. It's up to you. You tell me.
I don't know what else we're gonna
Okay.
do.
I mean, if you don't-
We talked
yeah.
about it last Monday at the meeting, and we're kind of in a holding pattern, just
Yeah,
on these grant applications. Right. That's gonna be the
Right.
key to the whole thing.
so do you wanna, go ahead.
Mr. Mayor, I would make a motion that we do move forward with the recommendation of the committee to look at the budget for the crosswalk in the next cycle.
Yeah.
And just move that piece of it forward and have the council or the committee go ahead and continue looking for grants.
I have no problem with that,
I agree.
so. Okay, go ahead. Do you wanna restate that one more time, Robin?
I make a motion that we move forward with the budgeting of the $50,000 for the the flashing lights and the crosswalk.
I second.
Whilst, can you add on there, while still chasing grant opportunities?
Yes, while continuing, looking at grant opportunities for the extension of the sidewalk.
I will second that also.
Okay, there's a second by Sandy. Is there any discussion? Those in favor of the motion of earmarking $50,000 in the budget or reviewing it in budget or at budget and continuing to chase grant opportunities for the expanded sidewalk signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, same sign. Ayes have it. Perfect. Mayor's report and council members' report. We have some donations here. PAL Foundation ×2 here, $521.73 for general purchases, and another donation of $50 for the library lecture. From Cheryl Tollefson, $50 for Parks and Rec Department, and Sue Putnam, $50 for the Park and Rec Department. Is there a motion to accept the donations?
So moved.
There's a motion by Bob, there's a second by Sandy. Those in favor of the donation signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, same sign. Ayes have it. So this is just the formal resolution for flying the 1983 state flag. We did do that a year ago, even though we talked about it and we all agreed. This is just putting it on record that this is what we're doing. So if any council member has a question, comment, or concern, go ahead.
I'll make a motion to accept this resolution to continue to fly the 1983 Minnesota state flag.
There's a motion to continue flying the 1983 flag. Is there a second?
Second that.
There's a second by Bob. Any further discussion? Signify, is there any further discussion?
I would just like to recognize that this group did, back early last January or February, do the similar resolution, I think, but look forward to it continuing. Thanks.
Those in favor of the resolution signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, same sign. Ayes have it. Status of the council dais construction. This was kind of a conversation between Jamie and I. Pat, where are we on it?
We have not had any time to do anything with
Okay.
it. Just-
Okay.
And the way it's looking this summer,
I
it
know.
ain't gonna happen either.
I know. Do we want to continue the conversation of redesigning this?
Did we set money aside for this year? We didn't set anything aside.
I thought we talked about at one time pulling money out of the 4M that we made out of interest, and we earmarked like 10 grand or something, did we not?
I thought so too.
I think that we talked about reserving 10,000 from our cash reserves, but not through interest.
Okay, so we talked about 10 grand from somewhere. I could have sworn the word 4M was in there, but maybe not. Is that still an opportunity? Can we,
We can amend the budget
if we have the 10?
to
Pat,
utilize it, so it's placed in the budget, yes.
do you still have your design?
Yeah,
The 5
yep.
design one with the, okay. Do you think we should just put it out for bid?
I think we should.
Yeah.
See
I have
what
no
it- see
problem.
what it-
Seeing what-
see
just
the
see what
cost
we
is,
get
and then
back.
we can go from there.
I mean, this is tolerable, but it's so difficult.
Well, there's all of
I know,
this.
we can't
It's
see each other.
getting-
It's really difficult to
yeah.
have a discussion, so.
Right.
Okay.
And it's been, I mean, I remember, well, when we were first on council, we were even talking about what a problem it was. Okay, is there a motion to put the, just dais out for bid?
I'll move to put the dais out for bid.
Okay, there's a motion to put the dais out for bid by Sandy. Is there a second?
I'll second.
There's a second by Jamie. Before we approve anything, obviously, we'll have to review the bids and see what we have for dollars. Any further discussion? Comments, concerns?
I do have just a question and concern. The 10,000, was that a decision that we had made? Do we know if it's on record? Because I coming into summer, I'm a little concerned about using 10,000 for budget. I'd rather do this in the fall after we see how the summer goes. But just if we've already earmarked 10,000?
It was just part of the budget conversation, not a motion. So when the budget was actually approved, it was not included in the budget.
We'll just see what we even get back for bid. And we'll have, you know, we'll see what we have then. If it's not, if we can't make it, we can't make it. It is what it is. So we'll just see what it even costs to get one framed up. I think we had a motion. Think we had a second. Any other conversation? Questions, comments, concerns? Those in favor of putting it out for bid signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, same sign.
Aye.
4-1. Living in pole barns in non-residential zones. This is kind of an icebreaker that piggybacks off of some stuff being done in planning and zoning. This comes from myself, and I think most of you have already heard this from fellow business owners in town. And the whole affordable housing deal that we've been trying to chase after years. I know we had the moratorium on pole barns, and the only way we could get it through and get that bonnet, or get that bee out of our bonnet at the time, was to come up with a crash pad or a recreational space. I think now that that is passed, it's time we look at possibly allowing living in some of these pole barns in non-residential areas if they have a business in LLC. Obviously, we'd have to have parameters around this, but I know this is something that members of the Planning and Zoning Commission are working on. So I just wanted to kind of bring that up as an icebreaker. So if something comes forward at the next meeting, everyone is at least well aware.
I think if one of the parameters were that it was utilized for employees, because that's a huge problem in the community right now, that, I mean, we're constantly looking for solutions for the lack of housing for businesses' employees. So, I mean, to me, it seems like a logical solution, at least one.
Right, it's a start for a conversation. Kind of mirrors some of the planned unit development stuff that's being talked about in planning and zoning as well, so it would use some of those standards. It's not a done deal, there's a lot of equations that need to be figured out and how it would look and square footage and what a definition of a unit is and bedrooms, and there's a whole lot to do, but just as an FYI. Any other comments, questions, or concerns?
I'm just going to be the elephant in the room. I would have seen this as a step after we approved the barniniums last year. So just a heads up, that's my spidey sense. It'll be good to see what the committee brings forward. But if I were sitting in the audience, I'd be go, wow, that was the next step that, excuse me, was likely to happen. Thanks.
Thank you. Next, a memo dated from myself. Where is it? Thank you. There we go. Memo dated from myself from today. After talking with some other council members, some of us are going to be not here for the May council meeting, so I am requesting in a motion that we move May's council meeting to Wednesday, May 6th at 6 p.m. Is there a second?
I will second that.
Awesome. There's a motion, there's a second to move May's council meeting to Wednesday, May 6th at 6 p.m. Those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, same sign. Ayes have it. Just as a quick update, while we're still in the mayor's report, as of today, we have 103 short-term rental renewals. 10 of them are no longer renting or have sold the property, and 6 are licensed, and 6 are in the there are 6 new licenses, and 6 are in the process of being licensed. So there's a little update for that. This one is from Chip, just thanking everyone on their support and working together as a team for the St. Patrick's Day Parade and vice versa to you. So thank you for that, Chip. Thank you for all your guys do to make that happen. All right. We're into our public hearing now. Public hearing on the proposal to adopt a street reconstruction plan and the intent to issue a general obligation street reconstruction bond. Take it away, Administrator Conway and Mr. Drown.
I'll turn it over to Jason for this part.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. I was here a month ago and just kind of outlined the street reconstruction plan, but I'll take a few minutes here tonight prior to receiving public comment on it. This is a borrowing document. It mirrors the street improvement plan that's been put together by Bolton and Mink and moved through committee. I believe the Public Works Committee has reviewed that. Basically, this document gives the city the ability to borrow over the next 5 years a max of $5.7 million on roughly about 20 to 22 miles of road in the community. So again, Council, this plan just gives you the authority upon basically tonight's action. You'll hold the public hearing. I will be asking for a resolution of support. It starts after approving that resolution, it starts the 30-day petition period. There is a petition period. However, this is the third time that the city's done this, so I would anticipate support from the public to continue using street reconstruction bonds to finance some of the street improvements here for the community. If there's any bonding questions, I'll answer those at this time. If not, if they get into the project type or street, I may deflect to Phil if he doesn't mind. So, any questions, Mayor, Council?
I have nothing.
None for me.
All right, I'll step down and allow comment.
Phil, Lori, anything? Any public have any comments, questions, or concerns about the road deal? Good Lord. All right, seeing none. Lori, or how do we go from here? how do we go from here? Yeah, yeah. I'll tell you later. I'll tell you later.
Mayor, council, as long as there's no comment. I will
There's
not-
no comment.
As long as I'm not interrupting anybody. There is a resolution. I don't have the resolution number on my copy, but it is a resolution adopting a street reconstruction plan and
All
the
right.
intent to issue general obligation bonds.
Perfect. Everything looks great. All right, is there a motion to, let's see, accept, where is it? Resolution providing the issuance of awarding a sale of, what? One above it? The resolution of adopting a street reconstruction plan and approving the issuance of the general obligation street reconstruction bond.
Also move.
There's a move for that one. Is
I'll
there a
second.
second? There's a second. Those in favor of that signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, same sign. Ayes have it. That was one I couldn't summarize. Go ahead, Administrator Conway.
Good evening. So the first item I have, again, Jason Murray from David Drone here today, and we would like to approve a resolution providing for the issuance and awarding of the sale of 1.145 million general obligation improvement bond for the road improvements that happened in 2025. Jason, would you like to speak again?
Sure, just a couple of points, Mayor and Council. First and foremost, just want to thank Lori and her staff and really the council in general on the ratings process. It's always an intense process. Staff, during this process, they have to collect a lot of information and it's intense, as I noted. So we were, with S&P, we were able to retain the AA plus stable ranking or rating that's been provided over with previous debt, so congratulations to the city. It speaks highly to your practices, policies, and your financial conditions, so congratulations to the council and staff. Mayor and council, we did take bids today, this morning, on that $1,145,000. We did restructure a little bit from the standpoint of downsizing the bond. We took advantage of some premium. We also had some prepaid special assessments that we had previously identified, and also previous levy and cash that the city has to bring that down. Overall, low bid was R.W. Baird at 3.2286 on a 10-year deal, and again, that amount is $1,145,000. So if approved, we will close here in 2 weeks. Funds will be in the bank.
So the agenda, and in here, we have 1,260,000.
Yep.
Okay, just wanted to make sure if I make the motion that says 1,260,000, it's fine.
We are downsizing. We did
Okay, so
resize, Mayor.
you want to say that one more time for me?
$1,145,000.
Okay,
Apologize for that.
that's okay. I just wanted to make sure it
It
was
may have
done
been a-
correctly and
May have been a
said,
draft resolution last week as part of the packet and after the sale today, so.
no worry. I love that it's less. Any other comments, Ms. Conway?
I have no other comments, looking for a motion.
Any questions, comments, or concerns from the council? Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve.
There's a motion to approve the bond for $1,145,000. Is there a second?
I'll second.
There's a second by Robin. Those in favor of the bond for $1,145,000 signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, same sign. Ayes have it. Number 2.
In front of you is a memo from me dated March 27th and follow-up to the February council meeting when past council member Aaron Herzog appeared to advocate for proper recognition of the City Hall building and the individuals who contributed to its construction. There are 3 price quotes in your packet. 2 of them are for simply a year marker for outside of the building and 1 for a plaque.
Does council have any questions, comments, or concerns that they want to address, or do you like one over the other? We don't need to do both.
I agree.
I think one is enough. Go ahead, Bob.
I would go for the plaque.
I would go for the plaque myself. It looks more professional.
I'm fine with that.
Option 1 or option 2 of the plaque? I'm fine with option one.
One.
868's the cheapest.
Yep.
Bob, are you fine with option one? That's fine. Robin, what do you think?
Yeah, I think option one is
Sufficient?
Yeah.
Perfect. Jamie?
I'm okay with option one.
All right, is there a motion for option one?
I'll make that motion.
There's a motion for option one of the plaque. Is there a motion?
Second, I'll second that.
There's a second to the motion for option one. That's a mouthful. Those in favor of option one signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, same sign. Ayes have it. Option one, please, Lori.
Thank you. Next, I have a resolution to allow county to reclassify parcel 142200519 as non-conservation. This is a tax forfeited property, and in order to offer this for sale, the city needs to reclassify the parcel.
TJ or Pat, I know you two went out and looked at these, God bless you, Bob. You two went and looked at these parcels. Obviously, we wouldn't be able to build anything on them. You guys don't need them for anything, do you?
Nope.
No? All right. I'll make a motion that someone make a motion.
I'll move that we allow the county to sell or reclassify this land.
There's a motion to reclassify, and we don't need it. Is there a second? Second that. There's a second. Those in favor of reclassifying it and not buying it signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, same sign. Ayes have it.
I also have another resolution in front of you to allow the county to reclassify another parcel number 14010518, also as non-conservation for the similar situation.
I'll move to also reclassify that.
That one looks pretty nice.
And I'll second that.
All right. There's a motion and a second to reclassify and not buy it. Is there a second?
Oh, that was me.
Sorry, there's a motion, there's a second. Those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, same sign. Ayes have it.
Would you mind if we switch 5 and 6 around as I'm up here, and then I'll have Shar come up?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. So in number 6, in front of you, I have a memo dated April 9th. The first part addresses the placeholder that was approved to hire a heavy equipment sewer operator mid-year. Pat and I have discussed this, and we would like to begin the hiring process by advertising for this position.
I think it's well needed.
That's fine. What are we starting out at again?
I think it's 29.51.
Oh, okay, perfect,
something.
cool.
I'll make the motion.
There's a motion to put it out. Is there a second to advertise?
I'll second.
There's a second by Jamie. Those in favor of putting this job out for advertising signify by saying aye. Aye. Those that don't approve, same sign. Ayes approve.
Okay. The second part of this memo is to make you aware that I will have 3 people out in the Public Works Department on paid family medical leave. So from May 1st through the end of November, at least 1 employee will be absent. Given this projected impact, it is my recommendation and Pat's that instead of hiring 1 seasonal summer employee, that we hire 3. 3 part-time, and the 3 that we were talking could average maybe all mornings, maybe all afternoons, or 3 days during the week. Pat and I will begin interviewing candidates, but we are looking to backfill at least 3 to keep us afloat during this time of paid family medical leave absence.
I'm gonna bite my tongue. This is
It's a
bullshit.
good solution to the, our lack of employees.
Yeah, great. Wonderful.
Is there, I'm wondering about Parks and Rec, are you hiring also? No. Oh, okay.
Are these people running lawnmowers and weed whips and everything else?
Yes. And one of them has the capability and the knowledge of running bigger equipment and everything else too.
Oh, so you already have 3 candidates in mind?
We have 3 candidates, yes. We're going to hopefully interview in a week or 2.
Yep.
I just want to clarify for the audience, this paid family medical leave is the state paid family medical leave. It's not coming out of the coffers of the city. This will be out of the coffers of the state new program.
That is correct. That is correct.
Okay.
And it's mandatory.
And it is mandatory. We have one taking 12 weeks and then one possibly 8 weeks depending, and then another one taking 12 weeks. And I would like to add that we did budget for one summer, but with the lack of wages while they're on paid family medical leave, we have enough to bridge for the 3.
Yeah, that's great.
I'll make the motion to approve 3 part-time summer employees for this department.
I'll second.
There's a motion to approve 3 part-time employees. There's a second by Bob. Those in favor of approving the 3 part-time employees signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed, same sign. Ayes have it.
Thank you.
Thank you. It's what we have to deal with these days. Ms. Nelson.
Unless you have any questions, this is just a similar memo that I've had in almost every packet this year.
How many are we up to, Mr. Mayor?
I don't know how many we're up to for cannabis. That beats me. I don't partake, so. Maybe I should at times, but I don't.
This is for low potency hemp, so this is just that liquid drink that the bars can offer for sale. And right now we have 3, and I have a few applications out there pending.
Thank you.
There we go. Those in favor of, or is there a motion to
I'll make a
approve?
motion to approve.
Okay, there's a motion to approve the application from Moonlight Square. Is there a second? Is there a second? There's a second. It's all right. What are they going to do? Drink it and fall asleep? I mean, God forbid. All right, there's a motion. There's a second. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, same sign. Ayes have it. Commission reports. Chief, you're up.
Which chief?
Jake. Chief Meyer. Did you have a low potency hemp drink?
Good evening, Council. Was it last month's?
I can't remember if it's last month or 2 months ago.
Public Safety Commission, we talked about the parking situation on Robert Street around the city-owned boat launch, if you will, like a little dirt trail that goes right into the west side of Cross Lake there. But it's getting used heavier and heavier every year by, basically, it's all the dock and lift guys that put their big barges and stuff in there. There's times when I've driven down that road in the spring and in the fall that there's so many trucks and trailers on it, you can hardly get one car through the middle of it, and let alone if Chief has to get through one of his fire trucks, it ain't happening. So we propose, or I believe it was proposed, that we just have no parking at all on Robert Street. Public Safety Commission talked about it and decided to do no parking on the west side of the street and keep it all to one side.
I think this is long overdue, personally. I'd like to make
So it was a
I'd like
unanimous
to make a
vote that we
motion.
do that. My only hiccup, as far as from my side that I thought about after the fact, is just to the south side of that landing, there's a hill. And if people park right on top of that hill, where there's no line of sight, because let's face it, people park and they're only 2 feet into the grass, and the other 4 or 5 feet of the trucks hanging out on the road, so
Can't
it
we
still
just
gets narrow.
extend the signs further?
Well, that's on the east side of the road.
Right, I'm fine with both
So
sides.
I just wanted to bring that up, but the commission did decide it would be best for no parking at all on the west side. And I just wanted to mention my thoughts with the east side. It was something I thought of now, and
Where on the east side, what part?
Just to
Can we
the-
just do a portion of it?
just to the south of the landing, there's a hill, and it's kind of a blind hill. There's really not a line of sight. And I fear that somebody's gonna park and they're gonna be sticking out in the road 4 or 5 feet, and it's already a narrow road. And somebody's gonna be going southbound on Robert Street, somebody's gonna be coming northbound, and we're gonna have a collision there. So
Smack.
I would think for a portion of the east side, I would like to see a no parking, just to until you get over that hill where there's a safe line of sight.
I would entertain a motion that you just use your best judgment on both sides and place it where you want to place it.
Exactly.
Can I have that motion? Or
I'll make
someone?
that motion.
Okay.
That we look at Robert Street, allow Chief Mayor to determine the location of the street, that there should be no parking on both the west and the east side.
Perfect. There's a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
There's a second by Bob. Any further discussion?
Well,
Go ahead, Jamie.
what if we just close the access altogether?
Oh, boy.
I'm just asking
I
the
know,
question.
I know,
because
I know.
It's not regulated. There's no one there that sits there. These, huh?
It gets a lot of use.
Yeah, I think
A lot.
During the
And I-
winter? I guess I'm less concerned about the winter, and I'm more concerned about the summer. Because the boats that go in there that are untested, there's water that's coming in and out. I mean,
No,
we've
you have a
got
point.
Starry
It's-
Stoneward on one end of the lake already. Do we,
It's a valid
I
point.
mean, I just.
It's
want
valid.
discussion.
We have talked about this at the Parks Commission level, and what we've determined is that if we close this, it's only going to put pressure on other access points, because no matter what, they're going to get on the lake, right? So if we close Robert, they're going to,
they'll go the south end across.
they're going to
Lake,
flood the
launch
county
there.
one, they're going to maybe go to the core. If we open up Ginseng, they're going to go there. We're still working on solutions for the water quality portion. I think this was just the first step for safety, and then we can kind of further investigate how to tackle the water quality.
What's the process to get it regulated?
Fair enough.
So we could have,
Money, and the state
Staffing.
has none of it, apparently.
So I'll get with Pat then, and him and I'll go out and
Perfect.
mark, maybe this week yet, if you have time, maybe just mark
It'd be Friday or, well, you don't work, Monday we'll do it.
Monday. Friday, I could be here Friday.
Friday? Are you gonna be sick? Is it PMFLA time or whatever the hell they call it now? All right, sweet, thank you. There's a motion, there's a second. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, same sign. Ayes have it. All right, Pat, you're up.
All right, the first thing we need is a council motion to approve Sunrise Boulevard for $238,440.
Is there a motion to approve? You guys did a lot of work on that. I'm glad you were able to slip it in.
I'll make that motion.
There is a motion by Bob to include it. Is there a second?
I will second.
There's a second. Those in favor for including Sunrise Boulevard for $238,440 signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, same sign. Ayes have it.
All right, the next one is the County Road 103 trails. If you have any questions, Phil's here for you guys.
Sounds like all went well, and we're just gonna have to be careful and watch around, and that's about it, right? I don't wanna, yeah. We gotta watch out over there. We gotta find out what we can do. Great. We'll wait and see what we hear back
But we're looking for a motion.
on that one. What do you,
So we were looking for a motion to allow
$2,000?
the $2,000. Okay, I'm not going to speak to it well, hang on.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you want to, Phil, just remind us? This was,
So we're looking to do consultation with Minnesota Indian Affairs Council because we found those mounds out.
There you go, we'll let you
103.
say it. There you go.
And if the city is interested in looking at a trail out there, we need to understand what we can and can't do relative to those cultural resources. So we've asked to be able to proceed. We think it'll be about a $2,000 budget to do all of the consultation. And Lake Foundation
I was
has
gonna say it'll-
expressed an interest
right.
in providing the $2,000.
Right.
So we can take this first step to determine if we can even put a trail there.
I'll make a motion that we pay the $2,000 and then circle back with the Lakes Foundation.
I'll second that, but I'd also like to encourage Phil for you to look at the option of the platforms over the mountains. It just
We
seems,
might be told we have to do that.
okay. Yeah, it just seems more respectful.
Yeah.
So,
Totally.
I was
We
thinking
don't
more
need to
financial.
bulldoze anything or touch dirt or get haunted for the rest of our lives.
and for continuity of the group listening in, there was the study, the initial study, And then the gentleman that did the study had passed away in January. So we're trying to fill a gap of knowledge that they had gathered the information. And so Phil will carry it forward for us to continue on with this effort.
Awesome, great. So there's a motion, there's a second to pay the 2,000 and continue to do the study. Those in favor of the 2,000 signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, same sign. Ayes have it. Perfect. Jody, planning and zoning, you're up to bat.
Okay, so at the previous Planning Commission Board of Adjustment meeting, the board recommended an adoption of a moratorium on temporary and portable structures to allow time for study and development of regulations. So currently in Shoreland and Residential District, they are allowed with a permit for 210 days. And then in the commercial and industrial zones, it's kind of allowed by a permit, so.
Jamie, this is your, do you have anything more to say? Sorry, I didn't
Well, I
mean to
just have
cut
a
you
few
off.
options, so we could either approve the moratorium and for 1 year, and I have that written out if you wanted me to read that. We could deny the moratorium and recommend that the Planning Commission draft an ordinance that is something that you guys are looking for, maybe allow them with screening. Or you could also have the Planning Commission ban any more containers and allow screening for the ones that are in. So it's kind of open up in the air. So Jamie, what did?
Well, the last conversation I had with you and members of the Planning and Zoning Commission, besides the last meeting you and I weren't at, was they were going to continue on and go forth with working on a proposed ordinance, and it seems like they've gone a total different direction. That's not of what the council had asked. We're proposing a full-blown ban.
Correct. I wasn't at the last meeting, but I caught up with Jody, and I sort of understand it. I don't think it's necessary. I think we have an ordinance in place right now. I think if the Board of Adjustments wants to amend it or, change it in any way, I think we have the option to get that from them, but
Yep.
I don't know that we have a need to stop, because it wouldn't just stop those, it would stop any temporary.
Correct.
So you're not
Sheds,
talking about,
whatever.
You're talking about a big thing.
Yeah.
Does the current ordinance not specify that they have to be screened?
Nope, it doesn't.
And they're mainly going after the portable shipping containers.
Yeah.
But it's all encompassing under temporary storage. So you do that, it bans everything, which is not what I think we want to do in our best interest.
I agree.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I guess what I would like to see is, I guess my recommendation would be to deny the motion for the proposed moratorium and go back to the Board of Adjustments and say, let's come up with wording for our ordinances that you want to present to the council.
I'm fine with that.
I am too.
Is that a motion?
I'll make that a motion.
Okay, there's a motion, there's a second to deny the moratorium and to have the Planning and Zoning Commission work more on a proposed ordinance change. Is there any further discussion? Seeing no further discussion, those in favor of that motion signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, same sign. Ayes have it. B.
Okay, so the next one is just to kind of have an open dialogue for any ordinances that we would want to change. We talked about that. Right now, the Planning Commission is working on density calculations to try and improve some housing. Also, they were looking at doing residential and commercial and light industrial, and you kind of talked about that a little bit.
Yeah.
And then we're also working on updating, and this isn't with the Planning Commission, I would be working on this, is updating our nuisance ordinance to not allow properties to get their grass to grow this high, or, limitations. And then also, it was brought up that we don't need to do second readings for our ordinances since we're a statutory city instead of a charter city, so that's.
Nice.
So just thought I'd bring that up to see if
Okay.
there's any dialogue for that.
Jody, in addition to just, tall grass, can we include, dilapidated buildings or?
Oh, there's a whole slew of things
Yep, and a lot of it is already included. It's just enforcement, so.
we got to brush up on it.
Okay.
If we can have a win in this town on County Road 66 across from Zorba's or kitty corner from Zorba's, I think we'd all be happy. And that's what we're working towards.
Yep.
All right. Well, there's others. There's others. Believe me.
Are you looking for us to have a workshop with the planning and zoning again, or are you looking?
No,
just for?
just tonight, we just kind of wanted to have it, let you guys know what we're working on.
Okay,
so, yep.
okay.
I think you're going the right direction.
I think so too. I think we're gonna get a lot done here coming forward. It's gonna be great.
Jody, you're doing a great job.
All right. Next is Park and Rec, but before TJ, you give your presentation, Peter wanted to say something first. Peter and, come on, you're all part of the deal.
We just wanted to
Go ahead.
share with the committee that this summer will be the first summer that we have 10 full dedicated pickleball courts here in Cross Lake to make use of and provide for the public. And in lieu of that, we wanted to recognize with a certificate TJ for all of the work that he's done. So just so that everybody knows what we are saying here, this certificate is presented to TJ Grumman in recognition of his diligence and determination to provide pickleball courts of the highest quality for the residents and the visitors of Cross Lake.
That's a good one, TJ. Hey, whoa, get your picture with Peter. He's got his camera. There you go. Good job.
Take it.
All right, TJ, now you can fire away.
All right, tonight I have two resolutions for you to consider. The first one is a resolution in support of applying for $30,000 in Sourcewell Community Benefit Funds. If awarded with this, I would like to make improvements to our Lions Picnic Shelter. I'm working on obtaining an estimate from a local contractor to also attach to the application. And it says in the resolution what we hope to accomplish with this grant. It is to make improvements to the picnic shelter, including installation of new siding, upgrades to the kitchen, bathroom improvements, and the addition of a new drinking fountain.
It is
Fantastic.
needed.
Yep.
It is needed. Is there any conversation? Is there a motion to approve?
I'll make that motion.
There's a motion to approve to go chase 30 grand. Is there a second?
I'll second.
There's a motion, there's a second. Those in favor of applying for the $30,000 signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, same sign. Ayes have it.
Thank you. The second resolution I have in front of you is a resolution supporting the Lake Foundation's efforts to develop a regional trail connection. So the Lake Foundation, Mike O'Connell and the Lake Foundation have been exploring ways to develop a trail from Jenkins to Cross Lake to extend off of Paul Bunyan all the way to Cross Lake. They have recently received letters of support from the DNR, City of Jenkins, and the Paul Bunyan Scenic Byway, and I believe that's all three, correct, Mike? So instead of a letter of support from the City of Cross Lake, staff thought it would be a good idea to get a resolution on the table to see if you guys support this initiative, and then also make sure that we highlight that the partnership and coordination with Crow Wing County are essential to this project, and then we would offer this to them and tell them, you know, we support this, but if we want to further this initiative, we have to make sure that we get your support and have that dialogue.
We will continue to fully support that
I'll move
endeavor.
to support the Lake Foundation efforts to develop a regional trail.
I will second that.
There's a motion, there's a second. All in favor is unanimous, but we better take a vote anyways. Those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, same sign. Ayes have it.
Thanks, guys.
Great job,
Appreciate
TJ.
it. Thank
Good
you.
job. Thanks, Mike, as well. Public forum, action may or may not be taken on any issues raised. If council requires more information or time for consideration, the issues will be placed on the agenda of the next regular council meeting. Speaker must state their name and address. At the discretion of the mayor, each speaker is given a 3-minute time limit. Anybody for public forum? Anybody and everybody? Oh, Marcia, we got one. How can we help you tonight?
Marcia Seibert Bowles, Cross Lake. I have a couple of things. Special meetings.
Yeah.
Why are they not televised?
Ask city staff. I don't think we've,
I think that should be an action of the city council that all meetings and workshops and public hearings are televised so that we can see them.
I mean, if we want to go that route, I was just going to give you a quick answer and then change it, but I guess that's just something we've never Zoomed or recorded, I guess. I don't know. Beats me.
Well, I mean, you can miss something because you think something's going to be handled.
I'm
and
not
then-
saying you're
Oh,
wrong.
okay.
I
All
was
right.
just trying to get you an answer.
Oh,
They're
okay.
recorded.
I like a motion.
Right,
They're recorded.
right. We'll put it on for the next,
But you don't, you see the minutes, but you don't see the action of the city council and their comments. So I'm just thinking that there shouldn't be any
it's recorded.
problem
I don't
with that,
know.
should there?
I have no problem with it.
We have nothing to hide.
I have no problem with it, unless there's something I don't know about.
Is there any
She's-
strain that it be put on the city, or would it be a problem?
No, I mean, we are recording them anyway, we're just not uploading them to YouTube.
Okay.
So, I mean, I guess there's no
Can we get-
problem for us to upload them to YouTube. I don't have an
Okay.
issue with it,
Okay.
so.
And then my second thing is your part-time employees that you're hiring,
Yeah.
are they under the Paid Medical Leave Act? Are
I
you-
think it applies to even your pet dog in
So-
Minnesota now.
So
I mean,
then-
it's a joke.
So then the part-timers could take leave?
We have to pay paid family medical leave. This, I'm not, sorry.
I'm-
I just get
I'm just
real
ask-
torqued about the problem.
I'm just asking the question
I know you
because
are.
it was never.
Oh, I
it
agree.
wasn't
We have to
commented
pay paid family medical leave for election judges.
on. Okay.
It's insane.
And then,
And council members, and we can't even take leave.
okay, then my third thing is.
Go ahead, Lori.
There are rules on the paid family medical leave, and you have to have so many hours worked in the year prior in order to receive and apply for that. So there are some criteria. Now, if they have combined wages from other
such a
jobs, then we have to share in that just like anybody else.
So when do they start paying in, at 30 hours?
After they prove that they have met that amount.
I thought,
that they're
I'm kind of thinking it's
required
30
to
hours,
make.
but I'm not sure about that. My last thing that I wanted to talk about, there was a comment about you don't need to do second readings of ordinances. I don't think it was necessarily a requirement that we wanted to do second readings. It was a matter of letting citizens know that this ordinance is been read, and it's
Yeah.
going to be adopted at the next meeting.
Yeah.
So I would hate to see the city council go back to just putting ordinances on and approving at the same meeting, and then all of a sudden, everybody finds out you passed the ordinance. So it was not a matter of, it was state law, it was a matter of being kind to our
Transparent.
citizens.
Point well taken, for sure.
And Mayor, that was a motion made by a prior council, correct? That you all
Oh, yeah,
wanted
Marcia
a
was
second
there.
reading. So thank you for that reminder, Marcia.
Okay. I think it's what, attorney report now?
Yes.
Where did my agenda go? Got me excited. City attorney report. Jordan, do you have anything? How are ya?
Good evening, I'm doing well. I have nothing to report this evening.
Sweet. Awesome. We love it. New business. Any council members have new business? Any city staff with new business?
Nothing for me.
Seeing none from anybody, we're going to move into old business. Is there any old business? Seeing no old business. Sandy, take it away.
I move to adjourn this meeting.
There's a motion to adjourn. Is there a second? There's a second. All in favor of adjourning at 7:03.